You have a rehearsed excuse for why you're still single, and you've said it enough times that you almost believe it now. This isn't about the dating pool being broken, and it isn't about anyone being intimidated by anything. This is about what happens the moment someone tells you no, and what you do with your face right after. You know the story. She wasn't ready for a real man. She's blinded by the culture. She only wants players. You've told it to your group chat enough times that it comes out sounding true. Here's what actually happened. You showed up expecting your presence alone to count as an offer. You put in no work on your temper, your hygiene, your ability to hold a conversation that isn't about you. And then she said no, politely, plainly, no drama attached. And something in you switched. You didn't ask yourself what you could have brought to that first conversation besides your availability. You didn't consider that maybe you talked over her twice in 20 minutes, or that your idea of effort was showing up on time. You skipped straight to the part where it's her fault. You call yourself a nice guy. A nice guy doesn't send 6 paragraphs to a woman who said no once and never heard from her again. She didn't reject a villain. She rejected a bill she never agreed to pay. And instead of asking what you could have done differently, you decided it was easier to declare the whole dating pool broken on the same day she did. So when you're typing that 4th paragraph, are you actually explaining yourself? Or are you just trying to make the rejection her fault before you have to sit with it being yours? Now the other side of the room. Second mimosa, Sunday brunch. And you're telling everyone at the table that men can't handle a woman with a degree and a title. You've said it so many times it doesn't feel like a theory anymore. It feels like a fact you're just reporting. Here's the fact you're actually reporting, whether you mean to or not. He isn't intimidated by your paycheck. He's exhausted by the 3rd minute of dinner once you've already turned the evening into a performance review. You show up armored. You interview instead of talk. And the second he doesn't perform to your standard, you filed him under not serious. You didn't ask what you brought to that dinner besides a resume he didn't request. You didn't consider that maybe you spent the whole appetizer course deciding whether he was good enough before he'd said 10 real sentences. You skipped straight to the part where it's his ego. He didn't walk away from your bank account. He walked away from spending a night defending himself in an interrogation he never agreed to. So the next time he doesn't call back, is it really because your success was too much for him? Or because dinner with you felt like something he had to survive? Here's what you have in common, and it's not bad luck with the opposite gender. It's the same fear, wearing 2 different outfits. If men are all intimidated, you never have to ask why you can't get through one date without turning it into a test. If women are all shallow, you never have to ask why one no from a stranger sends you into 6 paragraphs. Both stories exist for the same reason. They let you keep your pride and skip the mirror. You get to stay right. You get to stay comfortable. You get to never once be wrong. Because the real fear sitting behind both of you is the same one. That if you dropped the excuse just once, the other person might discover there's nothing else there. No warmth behind the wall. No substance behind the resume. So you keep telling the story. You keep being the exhausted victim of modern dating. And you keep being the one people stop calling back, not because you asked for too much, but because you never once let anyone close enough to find out what you're actually like once the performance stops. Nobody's going to fix this for you. And no one's coming to prove your excuse right either. The dating pool isn't broken. It's just full of people who noticed the same thing you're still refusing to. We all want them to accommodate our schedules and be considerate of our moods, which change every 10 minutes. The only time compromise happens is when someone gets caught, or when a fight is needed just to test the love. But as always, we are all in the wrong. None of us can really understand each other, remembered only by the mistakes we've made.